Thank you. Good afternoon. I am here representing Urban Mission Community Partners, and I am also speaking on behalf of my two partners, Reverend Nora Jacob, our Restorative Justice Director, and Reverend Stephen Patton, our Community Wellness Director. And Urban Mission Community Partners was born from a new church. Urban Mission, a United Church of Christ and Disciples of Christ congregation, was started back in 2013 in the city of Pomona, California. Now, Pomona, California is one of the 7th largest cities in Southern California, and it's also a community where $16,000 is the annual median income. And so South Pomona, the particular community where our congregation is headquartered, happens to have a lot of different challenges. And when the United Church of Christ Southern California Nevada Conference called me to start this new congregation, I found myself with a building that was empty, no congregation, and part of a community that I had not been connected to in the past. So I had a big, huge task ahead of me. And one of the things that really helped bring and crystallize the vision of what Urban Mission and then eventually Urban Mission Community Partners would become was a conversation with Reverend Shanda Jha, where she reminded me that God has already been in the community, and God will be in the community long before I got there, and God will be there long after I'm gone. And so the church's responsibility is to partner with God with what God is already doing there. And that really completely changed the outlook that I had on church planting, and looked at the facility and everything else that I thought I didn't have, and looked at the resources that I did have. And those resources were actually a building that we could do whatever we needed with. Also a connection with a community that was very eager to have its voice heard and known. And also networking with other seminarians, fellow seminarians from Claremont School of Theology. And so connected very early on with Nora Jacob and Stephen Patton, and found out that all of our passions were interconnected, and were very much tied to the needs and to the challenges that our community faced. And so we attempted and we planted this church as a part of a leaderless model based off of the Starfish and the Spider, a book called The Starfish and the Spider, The Power of Leaderless Organizations. And so Urban Mission Community Partners was born from this congregation. According to the traditional way of counting, of measuring success, we have a very small Sunday morning worshiping congregation. Yet in the evenings at our open table gathering, we have over 60 people. And we also have a congregation inside prison in the restorative justice circles that Reverend Nora facilitates. So our congregation expands beyond what we would traditionally count in the Sunday morning gathering. And so during these Sunday morning gatherings, we worked with our community and to develop programs and find out how to meet how to help one another develop and meet the needs in this community. And that's where Urban Mission Community Partners was born. So Urban Mission Community Partners is an independent entity, 501c3, and it is working with the community to develop solutions. So Urban Mission is the congregation kind of plants some of the seeds for these ministries, and then once they come into fruition and the community has had an opportunity to give feedback and to show whether it's something that's worthwhile and something that will actually help the community, then the community, Urban Mission Community Partners takes that and runs with it. So part of the things that we do as Urban Mission Community Partners, I'm clicking the wrong buttons here. So it's a partnership between the nonprofit and the congregation, is community wellness. And so in community wellness, we have we do urban agriculture. And so we took what it could be considered a teaching garden, and we partner with organizations like Cal Poly, Pomona University, and with Western University of the Health Sciences, and work with students, teaching them about urban agriculture, and now introducing some mental health and wellness curriculum into our work with our community, working with that, and then also now looking at working with people recently into parole, and using this as a way of bringing some health and wholeness back into their lives. We also do we have a community wellness center where we allow a lot of our other partners to use the space, and we really truly partner and use the best use of our space free of charge, so that our community benefits from this. And this goes all the way from having some community health classes about diabetes and, forget the soda, drink something healthier, to having yoga and Tai Chi and what have you. Our restorative justice initiatives are based off of doing restorative justice work inside the California state prisons, and Reverend Nora Jacob goes inside every Thursday and is there the entire day doing healing and transformative work in these small group settings, work that can also be done with groups outside of prison and workshops and in other opportunities. And it's a more relational approach to harm and promoting healing. During that work, Pastor Nora found out that a lot of these men that were doing a lot of that work in finding and seeking wholeness were also artists, and very talented artists, and are artists that wanted to give back to a community. And so learning about this, we dreamed up this idea for Inside Out Art, where we have shows that feature art from artists that are both inside and formerly incarcerated artists. So here at our booth, we have several pieces of art that you are free to take with you, some note cards and postcards about that highlight some of the work, and it's fine art. We've been featured in several art shows, and we are now on our 4th annual art show that we'll be featuring this October. And it is a way that to also promote conversations around mass incarceration, about harm and forgiveness and healing, and then also to remind people that yes, people that are inside have done harm, but they are not defined by the one act. We are more than the worst mistake we have made. And it's a slow process, and and sometimes it can be difficult conversations, but it's life-giving work. And some of the proceeds that we receive from the donations and from the sale of these art pieces go back to working with to supporting organizations that work with victim survivors of harm as well. And so here is some of our pictures from our Inside Arts programs shows. 2016, we had our very first show at Urban Mission, our partner. This is a piece of work from our 2017, and we will actually be working with the artist from this of this art piece, who has been now paroled, and will be part of our staff if everything goes to plan. And then these are some of the pictures from our artworks from 2018. And in 2018, we actually had not one, not two, but actually 3 Inside Out art shows. One hosted at Lafayette Christian Church in the Bay Area in Southern California, another one at Urban Mission, and then another one at the Pomona Valley Art Association. And the other part of the other initiative that we do as Urban Mission Community Partners, two of us are trained as trained coaches, and we're coaches in training with the Coaching Association, and so we are using all the experience that we've learned, all these lessons that we've learned in our 5 years of planting this church and this organization, and working with organizations and with individuals whose mission correlates with what Urban Mission and Urban Mission Community Partners are trying to do. And we are offering coaching and coach-sulting and consulting works, and we're actually now starting to partner with ministers who happen to be bivocational, who also have experience or training in other areas within either restorative justice or wellness, and partnering with them in order to help them also meet the need that unfortunately churches nowadays can't meet as our model of doing church changes. So this is just a brief overview of what Urban Mission Community Partners does. If you have any questions or would like to have more information about this, please feel free to join us either here at this booth, and we're also featured with MBA. We are an MBA Incubate partner, affiliated ministry, and so you can also find us there. And Reverend Nora Jacob is here with us as well. So I don't know if you have any other questions, or that's it. Thank you.